just love his accent. It's like no, and it's really it's really strong, and it's really like, you know what I'm saying, it kind of makes you stop in your tracks when you hear him talk. But for me, it leaves me no question on who he's with. You know what I'm saying? Like I always feel like he like inherently with the culture, like no matter what. I feel like his vision and his passion for the culture is just as strong as that accent is. So when I hear him talk, like that's what I hear. I was like, yeah, that's the homie right there. Like no matter what, you know.
And Fake Blood disgusts me even more. You know what's crazy? Zenzi, bro, she put it in perspective for me because I didn't understand. And then she reminded me, she was like, yo, you know how you don't like to eat oranges? And I was like, oh, like I don't like oranges on my hands. She was like, well, imagine his whole body covered in an orange peel. And I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. I was hit with so much empathy.
I got some empathy. Oh,
yeah, man. So I was like, oh no. I covered my man in orange peel.
Before we get into our thoughts, we gotta talk about Ryan Coogler for a second. We gotta talk about this man and again what he's accomplished. So again, as I said, Ryan Coogler, director, writer, producer as well. Again, done Creed, Black Panther, Fruitvale Station, and also he's also the producing side. He's done the most recent thing he produced is Judas and the Black Messiah. People who have not seen that film, it's amazing. Man, Ryan Coogler out here, man. And then the thing is, like, he's become one of the most big faces in terms of black cinema, in terms of Hollywood period. Due to his accolades and all that. So yeah, man, it's good stuff. But I don't know if y'all knew, but Ryan Coogler making this film, he kind of has been changing the game in terms of Hollywood. And I wanted to. Did y'all hear about his deal that he made with Warner Brothers? Because it's distributed by Warner Brothers.
Yep, I did.
You did?
Well, how he's getting a percentage of the box office and. Oh yeah, he ain't stupid. He gonna get his money. No.
My nigga.
He made 3 specific deals with Warner Brothers here for this film. So one was final cut. So he gets the final say on the version of the film right before it gets released. So pretty much he has full creative control on how the movie is edited and chopped up. So which is great. The second deal that he made was first dollar gross. So like what Big Mike said, he gets a percentage of the revenue on the moment ticket sales roll in. So he starts making his money the moment the box office starts. The last one was ownership, which is the biggest deal that he made with Warner Brothers. So right after 25 years, all the rights to the film will go back to Coogler and to his estate, which is a game changer because Hollywood studios like to hold on to IPs that are successful for as long as they can and milk them as long as they can. So the fact that they'll only get 25 years and it goes back to Coogler for him to do whatever he wants with, I think is crazy, and it's a game changer. So yeah, I just wanted to point some of that out, man. Respect to Coogler.
Amazing,
for real.
He's genius.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, especially be his own, something he wrote himself, or it'd be his own thing. That makes it like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be his. It's his IP, like you said. It's his, intellectual property.
Right.
As someone that's working on writing their own novel, and I, have big dreams and aspirations for it, but that is my big goal. Is it's mine. It's want to share it with the world, but at the end of the day, it's mine, and I can really feel how much of this movie was his baby, and how he's I want to share this, but it's mine.
Yeah.
A lot of times, a lot of the standard deals, you may retain ownership of it, but you're still gonna have to give up certain things, as far as merchandising and any kind of spin-offs. You may have the core right, and say they want to make a Smokestack solo series, the studio might want to get a piece of that, but he's going to get everything. So that's a big deal. And he's young enough to where 25 years really ain't going to be that bad,
Right.
The thing is game changer, especially in Black, in terms of it's really important for us, as as black creators and especially black filmmakers in Hollywood to have like complete control of their own IPs so that we can tell like the stories that we want to tell as authentically as we can and as true and as true as we can. So I think it's amazing achievement and hopefully like follows suit with other filmmakers and stuff like that in Hollywood. Just with filmmakers in general, not just black filmmakers and stuff. It's a really big deal.
He went to Warner Bros. Warner Bros. Only stood was that he would let him own the film. Mm-hmm. He owns this film.
Yep.
The rights can revert back to him.
Yeah.
This is a original screenplay. All this is his. So that was a power move too.
Let's go, boy!
I don't think his praises can be like sung enough, especially just as I've said, as a aspiring black creative. Like I left that movie with so much more than what I entered with, and not even like obviously on the spectrum of the movie, it was wonderful, but it was just like the love and care that you could see that he had put into it had moved me to such an extent to where it, like I think I mentioned, it kind of lit a fire under me to where I was like, I want to dedicate myself to my craft like this, because like this is the impact I want to make or be able to eventually achieve. And it was just wonderful.
Shane was saying that 10-minute clip they released of Coogler talking about the differences in the film did more to sell the tickets than any trailer. True, I love that video that he dropped about them talking about the aspect ratios of what formats they put on in IMAX for this movie. That was great.
Because we shot the film using 2 different camera systems. One proprietary to Panavision, it's called Ultra Panavision 70, used on films like Ben-Hur and most recently The Hateful Eight. But another format we use is IMAX film cameras. Those cameras spin the film in a horizontal fashion, and they spin it using 15 perps per frame. I'll show you guys what that looks like.
I'm just gonna say it the way I feel it. This shit is motherfucking dope.
People went out of their way to see it in those different formats just because of the passion that he had shared. And I wanted to see it in IMAX, but where I'm at, it was going to be like over 2 hours of a drive. But again, like, it was just that passion that he's had throughout all of this that really got people in the theaters and interested to see it. Something I noticed when I went to see it, there weren't a lot of people the first time. And then a couple days had passed, and then when I went the second time, there were way more people. As if it was like the opening, but it wasn't. And it was just so clear that as the days had passed, like that impact was growing and more people were like, oh, I have to see this. Because every person that was online or on Twitter, on Instagram was like, oh, about to watch this, and then came back and was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. And it's also one of those type of movies that you want to see in a theater full of people, because you can feel that communal, everything that happens, you can feel the reaction. Crowd. That's always a great experience when that happens, especially when it's stuff that only we get. That we would.
I was going to say the same thing. It's definitely a us movie.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he wanted too. He wanted that communal experience, like how every like there's a bunch of black people in a horror movie, we're all talking, we're all exclaiming things at the screen. He wanted that, like he said, growing up watching horror movies with his family. That's one of the things he really enjoyed. So he wanted to bring that experience to this film, and I think it worked because it was one of the best experiences I had in the theater in a while, because it was just like everyone was just it was very communal experience, I thought. So yeah, that was great.
Watch out, bitch! The motherfucker got the knife. Bitch, watch it! Oh, you dumbass motherfucker!